Ahí está. ¿Y el perrito?
Esta perrita.
¿Qué es?
Perrita. ¿Y qué perrita? Como
¿Cómo
tú,
se llama?
Luna.
Luna.
The moon and the
¿Y el
sun.
carro?
El carro es mío, pagado 100%.
Wow.
No payment.
Ya no, ya estás caminando.
Sí,
Poco a poquito.
poco a poco.
Qué bien.
Por verte porque te portas muy bien conmigo, mijo.
Gracias.
Muy bien conmigo.
Sí.
¿Ok? Por lo menos no me
Tienes.
ignoras.
No.
No millas. Me has ayudado hasta 5 horas. No.
Ya. Lo cuando se puede. Y el perrito, mira, se está comiendo toda la caca. No.
No, es el pasto para que se
Ok. Oh, mira, es que es vegetariana.
como tú. Perrito, good morning, beautiful family. Have a blessed weekend.
He likes grass.
Yeah, grass.
¿Y no se enferma?
No todo el grass, ¿no? Lo que ellos como que escogen exactamente.
Oh my goodness.
Le buscan a
¿Se llama Perla?
para que se pulga,
Ahí viene un perro bien grande, agárrala, agárrala. Oh!
Luna, get up.
Luna, get up.
Vámonos. Timón.
Me da mucho gusto, en buena onda, es como para mí verte ahorita así. Me da mucho gusto. Yo no sé qué está pasando contigo, pero todo está funcionando. Y debe de continuar. Porque ya sabes de que si haces algo estúpido, vas a volver y entonces como que se repite y se repite, entonces como que no hay fin. Hasta tu fin, ¿no? Y ahorita tú eres más importante que toda la gente que existe en el mundo, nomás tú.
Estaba viendo a alguien ahorita, sí, todo, diario. De la mañana, la tarde, la noche, diario. Todo el día. Muy histérica, ¿sabes qué?
¿Y los anillos?
Y hoy,
Oh, esa es la Virgen de Guadalupe.
y hoy se lo tengo aquí puesta. Oye,
Mande.
y ese, pero todo lo mismo,
Okay.
Andón, yo soy tu criada, ya estoy feliz porque ya no me quiero ir, ya está. No te rompo el bebé, don't kill me.
You know you.
Girl.
you Gracias, bien. You know you're in Hillcrest when you see a deliciously queer conversation with two people from La Raza. So, welcome to Hillcrest, San Diego, California. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who used to cut my hair, who became homeless because of, you know, drugs. And after many years of being homeless, suddenly on 3rd and Robinson, 3rd Avenue and Robinson, this beautiful house that I have seen since I was a kid has never changed. And this is the entrance. At one time, when I was doing very well, and this house was abandoned for years, nobody lived here. It was not a place where people would live because I don't know if it was a gallery or something, but this house was available for sale, and it was many decades ago. And I was going out with somebody who had a lot of money, and he wasn't really my daddy. I never called him a sugar daddy, but he loved me. And believe it or not, this was going to be my home. We were going to buy it, and I was thinking a lot about things, and then suddenly somebody they didn't want to something went wrong, obviously, and but this place was abandoned for years, and now it has become some sort of an apartment complex. But yes, believe it or not, at one point this house was available for less than $500,000. And so, anyway, so that's back way back in my youth. As you can see, Halloween is arriving early, very early, very early. This is actually really cool spider, some sort of a tarantula, and then we have a lovely decor. So, anyways, this is my neighborhood, HILLCREST, and the lovely home that I dreamed of has been bought and made into an apartment complex, but really the front is stunning. And we want to know more about the house and who built it, because there's a lot of places like this in HILLCREST that are just phenomenal. Architecturally beautiful, of course. And as you can see, we're going through the haunted mansion. Now it's looking like Grey Gardens from the East Hamptons. It's looking very great, darlings. And believe it or not, this is a very expensive um, horticulturist garden, but be- but 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 because of the situation over here, it's looking very very dull, darlings. Very dirty, very dirty, and the dilapidated house still needs some sort of a paint job of some sort. What a lovely little house back in my days. Oh my God, if I could tell you a story about each house. We are now at 3767 um, 3rd Avenue. And my friend used to live here, and in my days of alcoholism I would come here at like around 2 p.m., and then we would start drinking, and then from here we would go to Moe's, and then we would do it again, repeat every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. And it was fabulous. That was the party house of the block, of course. And you know, Katie Ann must she must have been a 1950s debutante, and married wealthy with her husband from the Marines. So there's a lot of construction. This house, or whatever it was, they took it apart, and now it's going to be probably a 5-story building. So we have little dogs over here. Look at how beautiful the scenery. And if you need a dentistry, please stop forward and come to HILLCREST and support your local businesses. This is a family cosmetic implants at 3730 3rd Avenue. Some of these houses have become lovely businesses for the city of San Diego. Somebody's yelling at Ron, but Ron can't hear because he has a hearing aid. There he is, Ron. Ron, Ron. Oh, what a lovely day. And we just started. The palm trees, the gray skies. What else do you want? Do you want a Top Chef? And beautiful trees. What a lovely car. You know, I wonder if they're gay. Now we're on Pennsylvania and 3rd Avenue, where the meat is packing. Okay, so I can tell you a story about each house. The first in the 80s, believe it or not, when Hillcrest was only had one coffee bar and one gay bar or two or three. This house was right here was for rent, and I used to hang out with this teenagers. Obviously, I was a teenager, and I remembered coming all the way to Hillcrest to drop off a friend who just rented this house. He was gonna have a gay roommate, and he was so happy and excited to have his first gay roommate in this beautiful, lovely home where he couldn't pay rent, and the rent back then was only $240. What are you going to do with $240 a month? Well, you can rent this lovely house back in 1989. So, yeah, I used to come here and hang out with my friends in the early 90s when I didn't know a lot of people. So, these are all my streets. Every story, every house has a story, obviously, including this one that needs some major painting. And you know that if you kill my vibe, you will also kill his vibe. The little kitty, the little kitty in the window. Isn't he adorable? He's guarding the house of the house of something because it needs some sort of handiwork indeed. The gays do not live in this house, I can tell you that. But the gays do live in this lovely home. Look at all those beautiful, beautiful succulents. You know they're gay because they're succulents. They're succulents. Get it? Succulents, darling. And this is actually a really beautiful home and beautiful colors here and some sort of a lavender. It's so gay. It's so gay. And now, oh, we have Halloween. Halloween has arrived. It's strictly on 3rd Avenue in Hillcrest. So, beaver to lever, beaver to cleaver, beaver to lever, um, beaver to lever never remodeled their home and has been living here since 1954. Oh my goodness gracious. And this beautiful place is going to be beautiful. It's being decastrated, and now it's going to be a fabulous, lovely, modern home. Modern, modern, modern. If if those doors could talk, oh my goodness. If that balcony could talk, I'm going back to my youth, r- ramping around, romping around in a onesie. Oh, true story. This house is no longer here. And my best friend, one of my really good friends, back in the 90s, in the 90s, um, used to live on this house. And I used to spend Christmas here, Thanksgiving, and he was gonna buy this house, but I actually have a lot of pictures inside this house that was built in the turn of the century or I believe it was probably from like the 1890s, maybe. Well, let's see what the plaque says. Well, my friend that I haven't spoken to in a long time that lives in New York, he buys a lot of beautiful homes, and that's what he does now. This house was built in 1908, and by by Lily and James Norham from 1908. So, anyways, it has the plaque, as you can see. But my friend used to live here, and I used to spend lovely, fabulous times. And his taste level is very, very high end. That when I went to New York City, he said that he was living in an Art Deco building, and I went and I stayed with him when I showed my collection at a fashion week. And my friend, I don't want to mention his name because he's very private. He owns a lot of art, beautiful build architectural buildings and stone stone houses and blah blah blah. And now has is buying a stunning chateau somewhere in East New York of some sort. And look at the hummingbird. She has been watched. Anyway, so my friend who used to live in this house and wanted to buy it, and maybe he could buy it. He could have had the chance to buy it. But this house did not look like that. This house, back then when he lived, was falling apart. Anyways, so my friend that used to live in this house invited me to stay in New York City and for Fashion Week, and I went to his place that was on the 10th floor of this stunning Art Deco building. And when the bathrooms, imagine that the bedroom was the bedroom's walls were made out of glass, and you open the glass and there's the entire state building right in front of you. I mean, how fabulous is that? Anyways, so we're taking a stroll. Look at this beautiful dog.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
So yeah, the the tour of Third Avenue cannot be forgotten without this lovely estate. The entrance, it reminds me of New Hope, Pennsylvania. This house on the left side is from 1913. Obviously, you can see the facade. And the one with the chimney, I used to have a friend whose mother lived there since she was born. And this house was built in 1925. And I remember coming here in the late 90s because, I was in fashion and I used to get to meet a lot of amazing people. And he said, "Do you want to come over and check out my chimney and talk to my family?" So this house was from 1925. I forgot the name of the person, and I don't know where he moved to, but anyway. So as you can see, this is where we used to have our little lovely summer parties back in the late 80s, late 90s, and little rendezvous through the bushes. You know what I mean, darlings. You know what I mean. So, anyways, we are on Third Avenue with another lovely chimney. I mean, it doesn't get better than this in California. Some of these chimneys, they appear to have not been bothered by climate change, weather alerts, hurricanes, because we don't have none of those things. So when you build a chimney in the United States, I mean in Southern California, especially in San Diego, you know that chimney is going to stand for a long time because Other than earthquakes, those chimneys will be there for a lifetime. Look at the lovely little flowers. So, Third Avenue. Oh my God. Look at these beautiful flowers. So, yeah. Third Avenue was the place to be back in the 90s and the 2000s. This is I just gave you a tour of so many blocks, and a lot of the houses on the left I've been to, obviously, because I kind of know a lot of people here, but this is my street, Third Avenue in Pennsylvania, all the way to Third Avenue. From Third Avenue and University to Third and UPS is my old stomping grounds. The lovely vegetation, the trees. Oh my God, the cone trees. I used to pick up those cone trees and make Christmas ornaments because I didn't have any money and I couldn't buy things. So I was very, very creative, and I used to come here and pick up those cone trees, and then I would make them into Christmas ornaments. And these are the Christmas, the lovely trees where we get all those lovely cones, those pine cones. And then obviously you know you're gay because you're here and you are queer. Some of these trees are we're getting near Balboa Park, and some of the trees here have been here before the buildings were built. These trees are old, and practically because this used to be a park. So thank you for not killing my vibe. You know it's Starbucks on a Friday. Thank God it's Friday, right? I almost thought that I forgot. Look, Starbucks, if the Starbucks is here and then there's a Starbucks over here, you know they're making money, right? You know they're making money. So, you know what? I forgot that I lost my ability to be a video blogger. So I just started making videos because I started walking. And this is my third video of my third jog walk slash of our community that will end soon with this lovely, beautiful plaque that says 2-hour parking from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sundays and certain holidays accepted. We will end the video on 3rd and Walnut. So there it is, folks. I gave you a lovely tour, and I will be posting links to the video of these addresses so you can see how beautiful the community of Hillcrest, San Diego is. And until next time, have a lovely and fashionable weekend ahead. Goodbye.